Nerines00, formerly ValkyrieAurora, has officially quit streaming after 7 years. And 4.5 years of Nerines00. She announced very suddenly on her Twitter account she was quitting streaming. Problem is that account is protected and most people couldn't see it. Classic ValkyrieAurora. She cited health issues and said her streaming journey was over. Meaning she isn't reincarnating as another VTuber or joining Nijisanji or V Shoujo. This is probably for the best. She was very inconsistent for years and was clearly upset at the live viewership drop-off. Back in the ValkyrieAurora days, although she was called Pixie Valkyrie back then, she would average nearly 1,000 viewers per stream. But on Nerine she was down to barely over 100. Because the VTuber rebrand destroyed her Twitch channel. After years of hard work. In her final stream on January 31, 2025, she thanked her viewers and her mods while crying a lot. She also banned everyone except the mods from chatting and set them all to emote-only mode. Classic Valkyrie. Censoring people to the end. Haha. But yes, after about 4 years of ValkyrieAurora and 4 years of Nerine, Sophie has finally quit the internet for good. Well, probably. On the bright side, her annoying mods no longer have anyone to ban. So that's a funny thing. After the ValkyrieAurora mess and the Pixie Valkyrie days, this author predicted that she might just leave it all behind. And now she finally has. It probably has something to do with the decreasing views as well, as she was close to dropping below 100 live viewers and has been steadily losing followers for years. Her career as Nerine never took off. And there are many reasons for this. The first is that she was inconsistent. The second is that her mods were actively banning new followers from chatting so she can grow an audience. And yet, in her final stream, she spent more time thanking these power trippers than her fans. The mods kept her community far too enclosed and isolated. And she suffered for it. Also, most of the remaining fans were actually hang-ons from the ValkyrieAurora days who had been following her since 2017. She also has a rabid fanbase who reduce any criticism to saying things like, "It's just jilted ex-fans." Despite proof of her bullying people existing online, and her being sexist, and ableist, and even being bigoted toward people for their age, her streams also lost all of their energy. And so people lost interest. Although the biggest reason is that she stopped caring about her fans and showing them basic respect. And instead deferred literally everything to her power-tripping mod team, locking herself inside of a toxic positive hug box and trying to memory hole the bad and embarrassing things she has publicly done, instead of accepting them and apologizing, and moving on. But no, she ran away all the way to the end. It's unfortunate, but this is why her online career as Nerine failed. Considering the things she's done for attention in the past, it will be interesting to see if she truly does leave the internet for good. Now that the Nerine Twitter account is protected and her Blue Sky account is largely inactive, alongside her ValkyrieAurora account, though it would be the best thing for her. Many on VT don't believe she's gone for good, as she quit back in 2020. But this time she says she's done streaming, so maybe she really is done for good. Sophie's story is a cautionary one. And any woman looking to become an e-celeb online should look at how it affected her mental health as a reason to be more vigilant and not reveal so much information online. Unfortunately, even though she once had a dedicated VOD channel, she deleted everything on it a while ago and so there is no VOD archive for the 4 years of her VTubing career. It's not unusual for her to not bother archiving for her loyal fans. But that's Sophie in a nutshell. For better or worse. The Cursed Among Us collab has finally claimed its final victim. But you can't stop the internet. Her streams as Pixie Valkyrie from 2018 to 2020 are on YouTube. Her ValkyrieAurora videos are mainly still up. And many VODs of her as Nerine exist elsewhere, alongside all of her e-girl photos that she foolishly took as ValkyrieAurora in her early 20s that still exist on the V archive. Some of them are quite lewd and not tasteful or classy at all. The last time she quit back in 2020 she simply rebranded her Twitch account and set her videos to private. But if she deletes the Nerine Twitch channel then all she'll have left to tell people about a potential return is the ValkyrieAurora channel. So this is a different context. Although it's similar in that she has deleted every video from her VOD channel that she denied ever existing, despite it still existing, as proven by this literal screenshot here. If she deletes the Twitch channel and decides to come back, then she may regret it very much. Since word of mouth wouldn't work to make her popular again. Since she fell off so badly when switching to Vtubing and most old viewers don't even know about her VTuber career since 2020. In ValkyrieAurora's final community post which is still on her channel people are still wishing her well. Completely unaware of any of this. So it's worth checking to see if she deletes the channel completely. If not, then there's a chance she'll come back. Although considering her final view count was about 500 live viewers, It shows how many people are still willing to give her another chance. And over 195,000 people still remain on the YouTube channel for Aurora. So there's an audience there. The question is whether or not she could keep her head down and avoid menhero attacks and lolco moments. It's difficult for the best of us. All things said, despite the mistakes, we're all only human, so good luck to her in the future. After 7 years, Sophie may finally be free of celeb status. She's probably settled down with a good man and started a family. And hopefully this is the case. It was a terrible decision to nuke ValkyrieAurora. And perhaps she assumed being a VTuber would be easy money. But it never took off and she later regretted it so much she brought back the Valkyrie videos. While this author was unimpressed with some of her antics, it's all in good fun. And I'm just a girl who likes to chronicle internet history. Sophie. From one girl to another. I hope you find some peace outside of the internet and are able to gain perspective and finally take on board criticism without reacting to angrily or impulsively. You seem to be a good person deep down who was simply influenced by bad people. When you get to your 30s you'll probably understand all of this. But whether or not you revive the Valkyrie channel, or go back to streaming one day, or simply fade away, I wish you all the best. My hope was that the criticism, while admittedly harsh, would inspire a change. I looks like I did inspire a change after all. But for everyone else, it's sad to see a young woman throw away her potential like this. But hopefully other young women in the content creator space learn from her mistakes. Don't post your face to the internet. Don't lie to your audience. Don't start a war with your audience. Don't virtue signal about far left or far right politics on Twitter. And never ever tell people your location. Sophie made all of these mistakes and more. Don't make them too. And so ends the story of Sophie's surname. For now. With Mr. Klemps now semi-retired and Super Butterbuns barely making videos. The golden age of YouTube gaming in 2017 to 2020 has finally ended. Here's to the future. Good luck. So.